What is going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic, and this is where I channel the astrological guidance for the 29th of November until the 5th of December. Happy Sagittarius season with a new moon solar eclipse. Hello! We're building up towards something very crazy and disruptive. You can download my new moon solar eclipse guide by joining my newsletter, The Leo Mystic. I'll put the link in the description below. Whew! All right, so, hey, I don't know about you, but it is about to get intense, baby. So, the reason being because, well, okay, let's frame this. We got a Mercury conjunction with the Sun. Now, that means a cazimi. In basic astrology, that means like an enlightened moment and realization about Sagittarius topics, which is belief, truth, spirituality, persuasion, optimism, adventure, going for it. Mainly belief, all right? The belief of something. And let me tell you straight off the bat, something I read that killed, my, my beliefs in something. And that was so true for me. It rang true. Beliefs are the thieves of truth. Because that's what beliefs are. Beliefs is something that you put in your head. It is like an intuitive knowing. It is like because of experience, whatever, and you use this and you use it as like a conceptualization of like an explanation of this is what the universe is like, but you can't explain the universe with your mind, okay? You can't never have a complete whole perspective of what the universe is in terms of a belief. That is spiritual knowing. Spiritual knowing is where you become one with spirit, and that cannot be experienced on a dualistic level. And a belief is you mirroring, is you observing, and that is a dualistic at its very basic level. So a belief is a thief of truth. But anyway, it's what we do to make sense of this world and to, at least be in the physical body and make sense of ourselves. And that's how we grow and evolve. But anyway, so Mercury Cazimi, there's a realization. And that Mercury Cazimi happens because there was a Mercury retrograde in Libra a month ago, which was about relating and about what kind of people do I relate with and what is valuable for me, to have as friends around me, and relationship issues that we were dealt with. Now, the funny thing is, or not, is that Venus is going to go retrograde on Pluto, which Venus retrograde is like a Mercury retrograde in Libra. Only more intense now that it is exact on Pluto that she's going to station. So, and that is already happening right now, and it's going to happen exact on the 19th of December. It's not now. But honestly, it is intensifying anything that is in your relationships. It brings up discussions. It brings up seeing where you, Capricorn, your traditions or your set of values, how they differ between two people, but also in terms of how you relate to things of value and matter, what matters to you, and all of that has to die. But anyway, I'm going to come to that. We then had now that realization of relationships, but we have to do more with Venus retrograde. But anyway, there was a realization of Mercury conjunct that new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius about, okay, who do I build a new future with? Sagittarius is looking towards the future, is building the future, is, believing something. Who do I share my beliefs with? So that's that realization about. I also have to say that, this new moon solar eclipse, which is happening on Saturday at 8:43, something like that, for 8:49, I kind of forgot. Anyway, it's around 8:45 in the morning in Belgium and Spain. That is also on a 3D level religion, a new religion being born. But new moon solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is like comes in a pair, sometimes in three. And a lunar eclipse is about a 6-month cycle that is being closed and is like disrupted and being taken away. And then a new moon solar eclipse builds a cycle of 6 months and catapults us in that new reality. It is like a new moon, which is setting, like, in a way, a new start and intentions, bringing out in the world and growing what we wish, etc. But also what we unconsciously live, because we can wish whatever, but it is what we send out into the world, and that is 10% conscious. So setting intentions is really important, but to be aware of your daily habits is way more important than new moon rituals. I'm a fan of new moon rituals, but I gotta emphasize, you can't just wish your way out of things. You gotta live life, and thank God there are things like Pluto, which show us the dark shit. And that's where we keep that unconscious material that we keep sending out in the world, which is why we attract certain people in our lives that we, clash with, that we experience certain trauma, whatever. So anyway, like I said, religion, but also for you then, your spirituality, your beliefs. What do you believe to be true? And with Mercury there, we got to pay attention, because Mercury is kind of like, it's like just beliefs. It's like, yes, oh yeah, you tell me that? Oh yeah, that's true. It's so true, but it doesn't verify the facts. So that's something to be very aware of, to just, whatever you believe, just to be aware, beliefs are thieves of truth. And it's not to say that your belief is not true, but there are probably some things that you have to tweak, that you can change, and you got to be remaining open to that. So, new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius is kind of like, promising and, optimistic in a way, and it has an adventurous aspect to it. So there's there's a little bit of hope, there's optimism, and I think with Jupiter in Aquarius, this is about building a future together. It's finding the people in our lives that we can build that future with. But it's the last quarter square with Mars and Scorpio, with Jupiter there. This is like rules being placed or put on someone else. And there's actions of other people that are preventing that future of like a pure Aquarian, like the individual. It has to be respected. No, the Aquarian scientist is experimenting, and Mars and Scorpio injects bullshit in your Aquarius thoughts. And there's a future being built by Pluto in Capricorn, a tradition that is not willing to let go. And Uranus in Taurus, because of Jupiter in Aquarius, made important, is like, well, money. If we keep doing things the old way, which is Pluto in Capricorn and Mars in Scorpio squaring Jupiter, squaring that future, right? It's like, I'm going to put my will and my desire on the future. Pluto in Capricorn. And Uranus in Taurus then will use money, use things of value, will use food to manipulate. But what's really an invitation here is Mars in Scorpio, last quarter square to Jupiter, is surrender, revise, crisis in consciousness. How am I placing my will on something that is like a future idea? And how is that intervening? Can I just let the future idea unfold by itself? And can I release what has to be done? And can we just create and go into transformation together and build a future together? That's really what's going on. But yeah, you know what's up. So, with Venus in Capricorn, this is we have to realize, where are we putting our values? Where, does money still matter really? Is it really that important in life? Because we're about to learn a lesson to see that we've given money so much power. Capricorn is power. Pluto is power. from a deep level. We've given, so many material things, so many rules, value, traditions too, like, celebrating Christmas together and just like having my cup of tea in the morning to do, like, these are fake things of security. And whilst there's a lot of beauty and truth in Christmas and like coming together, I'm not saying it should not be done. I'm just saying how people are putting value in that has got to go. And we got to learn a hard lesson. And the harder we fight, the more pain it's going to cause. And, unfortunately, that's what's happening. There's some people that can't let go. We have to let go of that. We have to build a new future. We have to rethink, redo what we value. Venus is going to go retrograde, is already in shadow, and it's intensifying with the day. So, I would say focus on that Saturday, but more importantly, we got a dark moon in Scorpio on Mars in Scorpio. So fuck all that I just said about your will and about, doing things behind the scenes to manipulate something or someone, just like, no, we have to go within and see where we are afraid, where we are angry, where we are scared of letting the future being built by itself, and where we don't have to keep things under control, but instead listen to the wisdom of the ethers. Jupiter in Aquarius is seeing the future and believing too that which the messages that you download about, us being in unity and us being light beings and connecting, not even on a physical plane, but just like coming into this like space where, holy shit, we build like a blanket over Earth, and that's all possible. But it's not gonna go down the way you think or the way you want or desire Mars and Scorpio. We gotta learn some hard lessons here on our desires. So again, what is the unconscious material of that manipulation? Like not speaking your truth, not doing not being aware that there's higher forces. It's all about surrender really lately. More and more. That is not to say there's some warrior fighting mentality inside of you with the dark moon on Scorpio too. That has to be revised, that has to be awakened, but it cannot come from a reactive mode. It should come from the fact that you realize your mission on Earth, and that mission on Earth is to help every single one realize who they really are and what the true laws of nature are, what health really means. And with compassion, we are here. You're here as a spiritual warrior to help people realize that without causing harm, without getting lost in the polarity. Period. Much love, enjoy, send out with that new moon solar eclipse, that intention of the future that you want to build, and I promise you it will go tenfold. Here's to do that together. All hope is on our side. We are the majority, those people that are awake. Let's build a future together, baby. A new future that is one of humanity in harmony with this earth. With love, namaste, satnam.